Good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, to wherever you're listening from this morning. It is truly a great day for transformation. And I am your host, founder and leader of One Transformation Center. My name is Simeon. It's my absolute pleasure to be with you this morning as we celebrate humanity. Here at One Transformation Center, it is our mission to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe. We're glad that you've made the decision to hang out with us this morning, to join us on the journey of transformation, the journey of elevation, the journey of realignment with the truth of who you are and whose you are. Give thanks to you this morning. We also like to thank you for stopping by the proverbial gas station to fill up for today's journey so you won't have to worry about running out of gas. We understand what it means to give, how it means to show up and be intentional in your purpose, to be in full alignment today. And we're here to support you in that space, giving you the tools and resources that you need in order to be your best and highest self. Truly be that light, a reflection and extension as the spiritual being in this human experience. So for those who are here for the first time, we say welcome, and those who have returned, welcome back. Just to give you a quick layout of what we're doing today. We're beginning with 3 deep breaths, which allow us to awaken, to be in alignment, to be conscious of breathing. Did you know that we forget to breathe? It's true. Subconsciously we remember, however, consciously we often forget. So we are here to help you with a friendly reminder as we understand that breathing is the thing that shifts us from being reactionary to being respondents, to responding thoughtfully, mindfully, in full presence and power. Then we shift over to our oath of manifestation, followed by the affirmative word of the day, the affirmative message of the day, concluding with the prayer of gratitude. Today is a good one. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. All right, with no further ado, let's get it started. And before you go ahead and like the stream wherever you are. Go ahead and like, share, and comment. Like, share, and comment. Leave the hashtag in the comment section. It's open wherever you listen to: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, but Twitter. It's open. Go ahead and leave that hashtag morning manifestation and let us know where you're tuning in from across the world today. As I stated before, we begin each session with 3 breaths. We call it the 3 breaths of life. And with each inhale, we are aligning with everything that is working together to support us in this present moment. Every idea, every vision, every thought, every decision, every person, place, and thing. And then we will conclude with an exhale, releasing, which is our release of everything, every person, every place, everything, every idea, every philosophy, every limiting belief which no longer supports us. Let it go. We release ourselves from these handcuffs. So let's begin. And inhale through our nose. And exhale. Let it go. All your worries and cares, let it go. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Very good. Last one. Breathe deeply. Allow the air to fill up your lungs and to move into your diaphragm. Inhale. And release. Now begin to allow your body, move your shoulders around a bit. Back and forth, up and down. Raise your hands above your head. And let them fall to the side. Yes. Shake it out. You feel your blood flowing a little bit more quicker? A little bit quicker? More quickly? Feels good, doesn't it? Yes, that is the feeling of being alive. Hold on to that. Embrace that feeling. All right. Now let's move into the oath of manifestation. The oath of manifestation, I like to also call that the Declaration of Independence, our Declaration of Independence. An oath is our promise that we make to ourselves. And we're promising to allow ourselves to manifest that which is expected and unexpected. That which is seen and unseen, known and unknown, the intangible as well as the tangible. We're giving ourselves freedom to exist and align with everything that's operating for us, our best and highest good. When you see it on the string, I want you just to go ahead and read along with us with absolute passion. As we declare, I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places, in my life and in the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I can feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have, and grateful for all that I'm ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness, no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. And so it is. Now take a moment to fully embrace this oath and place it on the mantle of your heart. Allow it to filtrate down into the core of your being, activating every one of your cells, initiating your DNA to operate in full accordance with His promise that you've made to yourself. For you are absolutely worthy. All right, it's time now for our affirmative reading. Time for our affirmative reading. And it derives from A Course of Miracles, which can be found at www.acim.org. It will look like this. I'll place today's lesson into the chat. Today's lesson is 153. I don't have 152 on the screen. It's 153. And it reminds us that in our defenselessness, our safety lies. In our defenselessness, our safety lies. So I'll place this in the chat so that you can go back and review it throughout the day. Share it on your social media spaces. Get your own understanding. It says, in all thy getting, get an understanding. Now, let's give time and room and space for our narrator, to remind us to share the lesson with us.
Lesson 153. In my defenselessness, my safety lies. You who feel threatened by this changing world, its twists of fortune and its bitter jests, its brief relationships and all the gifts it merely lends to take away again, attend this lesson well. The world provides no safety. It is rooted in attack, and all its gifts of seeming safety are illusory deceptions. It attacks and then attacks again. No peace of mind is possible where danger threatens thus. The world gives rise but to defensiveness. For threat brings anger. Anger makes attack seem reasonable, honestly provoked, and righteous in the name of self-defense. Yet is defensiveness a double threat. For it attests to weakness and sets up a system of defense that cannot work. Now are the weak still further undermined, for there is treachery without and still a greater treachery within. The mind is now confused and knows not where to turn to find escape from its imaginings. It is as if a circle held it fast, wherein another circle bound it, and another one in that, until escape no longer can be hoped for nor obtained. Attack, defense, defense, attack, become the circles of the hours and the days that bind the mind in heavy bands of steel with iron overlaid, returning but to start again. There seems to be no break nor ending in the ever-tightening grip of the imprisonment upon the mind. Defenses are the costliest of all the prices which the ego would exact. In them lies madness in a form so grim that hope of sanity seems but to be an idle dream, beyond the possible. The sense of threat the world encourages is so much deeper and so far beyond the frenzy and intensity of which you can conceive that you have no idea of all the devastation it has wrought. You are its slave. You know not what you do in fear of it. You do not understand how much you have been made to sacrifice who feel its iron grip upon your heart. You do not realize what you have done to sabotage the holy peace of God by your defensiveness. For you behold the Son of God as but a victim to attack by fantasies, by dreams, and by illusions he has made. Yet helpless in their presence, needful only of defense by still more fantasies and dreams by which illusions of his safety comfort him. Defenselessness is strength. It testifies to recognition of the Christ in you. Perhaps you will recall the text maintains that choice is always made between Christ's strength and your own weakness, seen apart from him. Defenselessness can never be attacked because it recognizes strength so great, attack is folly, or a silly game a tired child might play when he becomes too sleepy to remember what he wants. Defensiveness is weakness. It proclaims you have denied the Christ and come to fear his Father's anger. What can save you now from your delusion of an angry God, whose fearful image you believe you see at work in all the evils of the world? What but illusions could defend you now, when it is but illusions that you fight? We will not play such childish games today, for our true purpose is to save the world, and we would not exchange for foolishness the endless joy our function offers us. We would not let our happiness slip by because a fragment of a senseless dream happened to cross our minds, and we mistook the figures in it for the Son of God, its tiny instant for eternity. We look past dreams today and recognize that we need no defense because we are created unassailable without all thought or wish or dream in which attack has any meaning. Now we cannot fear, for we have left all fearful thoughts behind. And in defenselessness we stand secure, serenely certain of our safety now, sure of salvation, sure we will fulfill our chosen purpose as our ministry extends its holy blessing through the world. Be still a moment, and in silence, think how holy is your purpose, how secure you rest, untouchable within its light. God's ministers have chosen that the truth be with them. Who is holier than they? Who could be surer that his happiness is fully guaranteed? And who could be more mightily protected? What defense could possibly be needed by the ones who are among the chosen ones of God, by his election and their own as well? It is the function of God's ministers to help their brothers choose as they have done. God has elected all, but few have come to realize his will is but their own. And while you fail to teach what you have learned, salvation waits, and darkness holds the world in grim imprisonment. Nor will you learn that light has come to you and your escape has been accomplished. For you will not see the light until you offer it to all your brothers. As they take it from your hands, so will you recognize it as your own. Salvation can be thought of as a game that happy children play. It was designed by one who loves his children and who would replace their fearful toys with joyous games, which teach them that the game of fear is gone. His game instructs in happiness, because there is no loser. Everyone who plays must win, and in his winning is the gain to everyone ensured. The game of fear is gladly laid aside when children come to see the benefits salvation brings. You who have played that you are lost to hope, abandoned by your father, left alone in terror in a fearful world, made mad by sin and guilt, be happy now. That game is over. Now a quiet time has come in which we put away the toys of guilt and lock our quaint and childish thoughts of sin forever from the pure and holy minds of heaven's children and the Son of God. We pause but for a moment more to play our final happy game upon this earth, and then we go to take our rightful place where truth abides and games are meaningless. So is the story ended. Let this day bring the last chapter closer to the world, that everyone may learn the tale he reads of terrifying destiny, defeat of all his hopes, his pitiful defense against a vengeance he cannot escape, is but his own deluded fantasy. God's ministers have come to waken him from the dark dreams this story has evoked in his confused, bewildered memory of this distorted tale. God's Son can smile at last on learning that it is not true. Today we practice in a form we will maintain for quite a while. We will begin each day by giving our attention to the daily thought as long as possible. 5 minutes now becomes the least we give to preparation for a day in which salvation is the only goal we have. 10 would be better, 15 better still. And as distraction ceases to arise to turn us from our purpose, we will find that half an hour is too short a time to spend with God. Nor will we willingly give less at night in gratitude and joy. Each hour adds to our increasing peace as we remember to be faithful to the will we share with God. At times, perhaps, a minute, even less, will be the most that we can offer as the hour strikes. Sometimes we will forget. At other times, the business of the world will close on us, and we will be unable to withdraw a little while and turn our thoughts to God. Yet when we can, we will observe our trust as ministers of God in hourly remembrance of our mission and His love. And we will quietly sit by and wait on Him and listen to His voice and learn what He would have us do the hour that is yet to come, while thanking Him for all the gifts He gave us in the one gone by. In time, with practice, you will never cease to think of Him and hear His loving voice guiding your footsteps into quiet ways where you will walk in true defenselessness. For you will know that heaven goes with you. Nor would you keep your mind away from Him a moment, even though your time is spent in offering salvation to the world. Think you He will not make this possible for you who chose to carry out His plan for the salvation of the world and yours? Today, our theme is our defenselessness. We clothe ourselves in it as we prepare to meet the day. We rise up strong in Christ and let our weakness disappear as we remember that His strength abides in us. We will remind ourselves that He remains beside us through the day and never leaves our weakness unsupported by His strength. We call upon His strength each time we feel the threat of our defenses undermine our certainty of purpose. We will pause a moment as He tells us, "I am here." Your practicing will now begin to take the earnestness of love to help you keep your mind from wandering from its intent. Be not afraid nor timid. There can be no doubt that you will reach your final goal. The ministers of God can never fail because the love and strength and peace that shine from them to all their brothers come from Him. These are His gifts to you. Defenselessness is all you need to give Him in return. You lay aside but what was never real to look on Christ and see His sinlessness.
In my defenselessness, my safety lies. I just want you to sit with that for a moment. Say it to yourself a couple of times. In my defenselessness, in my need to no longer to defend myself, my safety lies. I am safe. This is something that I've carried with me for several years now. When I move to a space and it seems like someone has an intention to try to create malice or hurt, or when my ego wants to well up and challenge and defend myself, I simply state to me, in my defenselessness, my safety lies. And I've had some real moments where I've had to say this. Moments that in previous experiences, I would want to commit myself to defending myself, to pick up my armor, to pick up my tool, or to pick up my mechanism of self-defense. Yet I have to remember that I am an extension and reflection of the Creator, who is all-powerful, all-knowing, always present. That I am protected, that I am loved, and that no weapon formed against me will ever prosper. So why would I ever need to defend myself? And also remember that as you operate in the space of truth, not half-truths, not alternative truths, not illusions, but simple facts, truth, standing in the space of who you are. You know, I had a message that was sent to me that asked me, why is it that you hate me so much? Why is it that you hate me so much? And I wanted to defend myself and say, I don't hate you. I don't have any malice towards you. Hate is not something that's in my vocabulary. Hate is not of God. But I didn't say anything at all. Why? Because I understood even that message, even that moment would be me defending myself. So simply, I stated to myself, in my defenselessness, my safety lies. For I know the truth of who I am and whose I am. So I can't change a narrative that someone else has of me. That's a choice that they've made about me. And as more times than none, it is a projection. And it really speaks more to who they are and how they see themselves, and trying to get an understanding of why they show up in that space, why they're having those feelings, those experiences. It's like someone who, you know that you're stronger. You know you're mentally stronger. You're physically more dominant. But yet, you feel the need to punch or to beat someone up or to chastise someone who can't even begin to compete or to contest. What good is that? If you truly know who you are and whose you are, why would you ever put yourself in a position of defense? And by doing so, now you've lost your audience. You've missed out on an opportunity to bring someone closer to the truth of who they are and whose they are, allowing them to be able to get that illuminating moment to reconnect with the fullness of who they are, to become realigned as a spiritual being having human experience. For the entirety of that time, they have been operating as a human being trying to figure out their spiritual identity, trying to get an understanding of who they are. And by responding, by reacting, you've burnt the bridge, which now has to be repaired, which now has to be rebuilt for that connection to occur. You've created a divide between them and the Creator, between them and their salvation, between them and that peace that surpasses all understanding, that love that is without conditions, that joy that is endless, that prosperity that is limitless, that is unlimited. Just you simply choosing to defend yourself. You have forgotten your ministry, your responsibility, your pledge to be the light for the world to see. So I encourage you to remember as you go forth today, remember, in your defenselessness, your safety lies. For defensiveness, to be defensive is a double threat. It attests to weakness. And it sets up a system of defense that cannot work. By defending yourself in that space, you're saying, I'm weaker than you. And then in turn, you're giving the inclination that the divine in you, the God in you, is weaker as well. Is that your intentionality? Is that your desire? Is that your belief? So you have to understand that defenselessness, when you do not need to defend yourself, the lack of defense is a strength. And it testifies to the recognition of the Christ in you, of the divinity in you, of the righteousness in you. You know, there's a passage that says, you know a man by the fruit that he bears. What fruit are you bearing in your defensiveness? You know, there's this guy, one time they called him Preach. And he would open the Bible, share it with others. He would go forth and pray for others. Yet at the same time, he would curse you. He would challenge you to a brawl. He would get in your face and chastise you with anything other than love. And the people around him lost respect for him, no longer came to him. Yet, here I was, operating from a space of defenselessness and understanding that that is a strength and not a weakness. And that attracted others. I allowed myself to be led and governed by love. I was even challenged, and someone attempted to try to fight me in order to get what they thought was a level of freedom or some opportunities that they wanted to get. Yet in that knowing, I just simply went to my quiet place of prayer and meditation and said, God, the battle is not mine, but yours. And in my defenselessness, my safety lies. I surrender this to you. Have your will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. I trust you. I trust that you are my protection. I trust that you will not allow any harm to come to me. I trust that this too is happening for my absolute best and highest good, and for that which surrounds me, for all those who surround me as well. And next thing you know, that individual was removed. That discourse was removed. Peace was restored. I did nothing but simply release the need to defend myself and to give that ego and to release the need for ego to be supreme. Denounced ego and chose to allow the energy and essence of God to be the priority in that moment. And it worked everything out. Some of you have some challenges on your job, whether it's an employer, fellow associate or employee, whether it is customers or clients. I challenge you today to release and give it to God. Or as some would like to say, let's go and let God. The battle is not yours. In your defenselessness, your safety lies. We just talked about how defensiveness is weakness. And it proclaims that you've denied Christ and come to fear his Father's anger. Honestly, let's be honest with ourselves. What defense could possibly be needed by the ones who are among the chosen ones of God? You are his chosen people, chosen generation, peculiar, royal priesthood. By his election and yours as well. You were chosen and you accepted the call. So what defense could you possibly need? Say it with me again. In my defenselessness, my safety lies. You may be in a relationship right now with someone, whether it's a spouse or a loved one, or even a child, a parent, sibling, a relative. Simply remember, in my defenselessness, my safety lies. You may be going through a legal matter right now. I've had to do this myself. I've been threatened with incarceration so many times. But I just simply say, in my defenselessness, my safety lies. I've even had them put the handcuffs on me. I did not become defensive. I just laughed. I smiled. I said, God, in my defenselessness, my safety lies. You are in this too. God, you are in this too. I am not alone. This is not happening to me. This is happening for me because I am one with you. You have chosen me and I have accepted your election. Accept the election today. And know it in your acceptance, you are in turn giving permission for other people to make that same decision. For everyone is chosen, not just one. Everyone is called, but few of us have chosen to accept the call. And those of us who have accepted the call, it is our responsibility to show how attractive accepting the call is. Thus making it more inviting for those others to choose as well. Doesn't it feel good to be chosen? Doesn't it feel good to be selected and to also select to make the same choice? You're chosen to be a part of an amazing team. But this is just not any team. This is also the team that you really wanted to be on. They chose you as well. What an amazing time and experience that is. Let's move to a prayer of gratitude. Father, Mother of God, we give thanks to you today for this word. We give thanks to you today for this experience. We give thanks for you today for this fill up, for the resources and the tools that are here. We give thanks for everyone who has joined the journey, whether it's live or on the replay. From wherever they are across the galaxy, we give thanks for the reminder that in our defenselessness, our safety lies. In that space where we relinquish the need to defend ourselves, the need of self-defense, our safety lies. Our safety is there. Thank you for the protection that you offer us in the guard and the armament that surrounds us, for the angels that go forth and pave the way, for that which shields us from any harm or danger. Thank you for keeping us, for loving us, for restoring us. Thank you for being all that you are with and through us. Thank you for choosing us and also being the choice that we chose as well. As we go forth today, we surrender. We lay down our arms. We lay down our shields. We lay down the need or the desire of self-defense. Trusting in your will and your way. Understanding that no weapon formed against us shall ever prosper. Even the ones we create ourselves. Have your will to be done in our lives today. Order our steps accordingly. We desire to think as you think, to see as you see, to say that which you have us to say, to be your glorious vehicle and vessel. We surrender it all. And the knowingness, not the hope, but the knowingness that you have our back, that you are blessing us indeed, that you are enlarging our territories, that you are providing for us in an abundant way, that we now have greater access to abundance and prosperity like never before, happiness and peace that we've only hoped for, dreamt of. Again, have your will to be done in our lives, in heaven, on earth as it is in heaven. We give it all to you, because we are here for you, and so it is. Thank you, Father, Mother God. Thank you, guardian angels. Thank you, righteous ancestors. Thank you, universe, and everything that is working together for our absolute best and highest good. We are grateful. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Asheo. All right, good people, that concludes our message for our session for today. And we just encourage you, if you missed any part of this, to go back and listen to the stream. Go back to the YouTube, go to the YouTube channel and search for One Transformation Center Morning Manifestation Session, June 2nd, 23. And listen to the beginning, and also share it with other people while you're there. Hit the like button, the thumbs up, hit that button. Also, go over and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. We have some exciting things that are coming up, that are approaching. Exciting stuff. We're going to initiate our sound healing sessions virtually until we move into our physical space, and we'll continue to do it virtually then too. We're going to put together our shop, so you can get your herbs and your healing modalities. Operate to get your alternative medicines and holistic practices. There's so much coming. We thank you for your support. And if you'd like to support more than just your like and your share, which we greatly appreciate, feel free to support our mission with a donation via Givelify, Givelify. Search for One Transformation Center, or you can also click the link in the chat. Search for One Transformation Center. And whatever denomination that you provide, we greatly appreciate it. You can also send it via Cash App if that's your preferred mechanism, to Samuel Crumby Jr., SamuelCrumby Jr. And we'd like to thank you for continuing investing in your transformation. We hope you continue to join us daily at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time throughout the week, and 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the weekends. We are here for you. If you can't catch us live, listen to the replay. It'll be available for you at your convenience. So remember, as we go forth today, as we conclude, remember, spend 5 minutes minimum. Spend as much time as you want, and I want you to meditate and focus on these words. In my defenselessness, my safety lies. In my defenselessness, my safety lies or exists. It exists in your defenselessness. In your need to release, in the release of your self-defense, your safety exists. So, Also, remember to be the change you desire to see today. We love you. We thank you for being here. Go forth and remember to be great. And remember, I see God in you. Be great, good people. Be great.